Hey man, it's your boy Ink in the Brain, man. We back at it like a bad habit. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. So I'm gonna touch on a prison topic today. All right, if you peep my channel, I did a little bit of time. You know what I mean, for a serious crime that I did, being a dummy, which I deserve every bit of day I did in county, reception, and prison. So let me make that very clear. But yeah, man, I was just thinking, I was like, damn, just kind of thinking about, all the individuals I met when I was down, you know what I mean? Crimes that they was down for. And it just made me realize, like, prisoners are liars for real. Like, if you didn't check their paperwork, then you really don't know what they down for. Which brought me to this video that I'm making today, all right? So hit the like button. If you're watching this video, hopefully it's just for entertainment purposes. But, if you're facing some time for a crime that you did, hey, man, I'm going to keep it real with you. You need to prepare. And this is a lesson that you should prepare for, right? So when I touch about my reception experience, right? Well, actually, before I hit there, let me get a couple things straight. So before you go to prison, you're going to be in the county jail unless you bail out and fight your streets, unless you fight your case in the streets. And then from the jail, if you go to trial and you're found guilty, well, you're going to either get sentenced to probation, time served, whatever, or you're going to the joint, right? In my case, they sent me to the joint. But you're going to be locked up around people of all types of walks of life. Maybe they got locked up for having drugs, probation violation. Shoot, maybe he killed 3 people. Hell, there's a dude there's a serial killer out here, 24 years old, who killed 9 people. Serial killer, youngster too, like 24 years old. So you might be locked up with him, and you just got a little DUI or something like that. So that's what makes jail and reception kind of manny, because like you're not classified yet, so you just in there with whoever you in there with, right? But for the most part, if you caught like a double homicide, they're gonna put you in Max, so you're not really gonna be there with, somebody who's a drug for the most part, but you still in there with everybody. You're not classified yet, right? So fast forward to when I'm in reception, right? So boom, so I hit reception. I'm in the 4-man cell at first, right? At Alhambra, right? And then they rolled us up, put us in an 18-man cell. I'll never forget, D175, D-pod, very end of the pod in Alhambra, man. Rolled us up, put us in there, and I remember walking in there that morning with my mat. All the beds are taken, so I'm on the floor. We on the floor. All 4 of us had to be on the floor on our mat, right? So, and I'm under the covers, and I'm just hearing the conversation, because when they rolled us up and put us in that cell, it was still early. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm knocked out on the ground, but then, morning comes around, 8 o'clock. They call us out for chow to go get our sacks, come back in. But I'm just under the blanket, right? So I'm just listening to what's going around, right? And that's one thing you need to know about prison. Listen more than you talk. Because if you listen more than you talk, you know what's going on around you. You could use your head and plot and strategize. You feel what I'm saying? How to do your time the best way you can do it without catching tickets, getting in trouble, having to go on missions, fighting, stabbing, stuff like that, right? So basically, long story short, there's a white boy top corner. He sound like he came back on page 2, which is page 2 is basically like if you say you down for a crime, right? But then something else pop up, the county that file the charges on you, they'll bring you back to jail to face these charges while you're in prison, so that way they can get it resolved while you're in the joint. So whether they just run a concurrent or run a consecutive, whatever the case is, right? So dude, his name was Mack. Big ass white dude, you feel me? Older, he's probably like 40 years old. But the way he was talking came like he came from a solid yard, and he even showed us how to do what's called a kitchen sink. And a kitchen sink is an exercise what you could do. It's like a burpee, but it's like a very extreme straight prison exercise routine. Like when I see him do it, I was like, damn. I could have sworn he was in like Max. I like the way that he did that kitchen thing. I thought he was in Max or a 4-yard minimum, right? And you know, he talking shit and swallowing spit. He wasn't really acting too scary or nothing like that, right? But he was trying to get out that cell, which wasn't really a red flag to me because it's like, shit, we in here with 22 people in an 18-man cell. I would want to get out of here too. So, you know what I mean? There were certain things, without trying to drag this video on too long, there were certain things he was doing trying to get out the cell. Not on no like super PC shit, but you know, he just doing shit trying to get out the cell. And mind you, in this time, J. Foe was in there. And I already told y'all about J. Foe. J. Foe was a youngster, 19 years old, from Rolling 40 Crip from San Diego, right? Politicking, really pressing lines, right? Like, we was cool though, like, cause feel me, like, it's kind of crazy how I think about how my bid went, cause it went so smooth for me and how things just panned out, cause I was from Cali, J. Foe from Cali, Rhino and Shadow, they was all from Cali. And they was the main ones politicking hella hard, right? Even though I ain't no gangster or nothing like that, but just from the fact that we from California, you feel me? We kind of got the same, speak the same lingo, even though we different races and things like that. We kind of had a camaraderie with each other, right? But J. Foe was in there pressing lines. He punching on shit. He beating motherfuckers up. He taking people food. He took this one dude's food. You know what I mean? He really pressing lines in there, right? But Mack was in there giving him game on how to operate in the yard. You feel me? So basically, right? And just know, fellas, when you're in reception, you're not gonna have no paperwork. So just a little tip for y'all. And I'm not condoning this, but if you did some funny shit that you got in your background that you know you wasn't supposed to be doing, and I don't even have to say it, if you was doing some weird stuff that you wasn't supposed to be doing, you might could get away with that for a little bit while you in reception, unless somebody was in the county with you. Like, say if somebody was in the county with you and y'all in reception, you in three pods down, you in 3 cells down, and he's in 3 cells down, and he sees you walk to the shower or something like that. He could easily say, "Hey man, that's that dude who rolled it up, or that's the dude who down for touching the kid, or won't," right? That's really the only time that you're gonna be outed in reception, unless the CO sees what you down for, because a lot of COs, they don't respect, people who take advantage of kids in that manner, and people who, you know what I mean? I can't say certain words on YouTube because YouTube be tripping and flagging my videos, right? But that's the only time you really gonna get found out, right? But Mack was cool. So basically, Mack told us what happened was, he got a lot of time. I thought he told me 21 years, but it turns out it was 17. But and I'm gonna show you what he really did, right? But what he told us was he was down for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because he basically caught his wife cheating on him with another dude. So basically, he found dude, got his gun, pistol whipped him, and split his whole shit. He didn't shoot him, but he said he pistol whipped him, beat him up real bad, and like split his whole face to where it was a severe disfigurement in his face, to where they had to like really patch him up, right? Like it was really bad. So basically, he made it sound like he was down for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and like dismemberment, or something to that nature, right? Behind his wife cheating on him, right? So we like, damn. And he had been down for like 3 or 4 years. He had kids with her and shit. And he was just like, yeah, man, it's disloyal bitch, man. Fuck this bitch, man. This bitch got me in here. What they want? And we like, shit, man, I feel you, bro. Shit. But, hey, you know how these bitches are. You know what I mean? Just on some regular shit like shit. Bro, it's a lot of dudes that are locked up behind women, bro. You'd be surprised at how many dudes are locked up behind a bitch cheating on them, behind protecting a woman, behind protecting their sister, they friend. I told a story about y'all about the dude who, you know what I mean, his platonic friend, he wasn't even fucking on him. Allegedly was messing with a dude, dropped some Xanax in her drink. She woke up, basically claimed that he assaulted her in a sexual manner. So dude playing Superman, put on his cape, find out where he lived, knock on his door, he open it, he shoot him. Now dude survived, but now that dude doing like 9.5 years for aggravated assault. So things like this happen, right, behind these women, right? So now as time goes on, things transpire. You know, like I said, J-Fo punching on shit. There's another incident that happened that I won't speak on because it's really none of my business. Nothing too crazy though. But just several things are occurring, right? And everybody's kind of talking about, you know, what they were down for, you know, what yard they was on and things like that, right? So the nurse make a round one day and they doing COVID checks. This is the time of when that, you know, the C-19 was going around. So every morning the nurses would come by, take our temperatures to see if if we had hot temperatures and things like that in case we was sick and all that, right? Now by this time, when this incident happened, I want to say at least like 4 people wrote it up by this time. It was our D175 was popping. Oh my mama, that shit was popping. It was a whole bunch of shit going on that cell. So Mack was like, so when we see a nurse come around, Mack he get a towel and wet it with hot water and put it on his head and start rubbing on his head because he really wanted to get out the cell. And it worked. So nurses came, popped dough, took all of our temperatures, but Mack had already prepared, put the you know, he had his and you know, he a white dude, so you know, he put the hot towel on his face, so his face was red. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling bad. I mean, whoop-de-whoop. Took his temperature came in high. So they rolled him up and put him in a cell, like a cell or two next to us, right? Which, okay, cool. Mack got out. Good for him. Now he's in a cell by his own. That's really all you want to be. You just want to be in a cell by yourself. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing cool about being locked up with 20 people in one cell with one toilet. You feel what I'm saying? People waking up at 2 a.m. to fucking take a shit or take a piss. It's nothing cool about this shit at all. So something happened with J-Fo, right? I think this was like the 3rd time he fought, and he punched on some shit, right? I think it was like the 3rd time he fought. They got him out the cell, right? But the dude didn't really tell on J-Fo, but they could tell an incident had happened. So basically, long story short, they gave J-Fo a ticket, but they let him back into our cell. And I can't remember exactly what sheet he saw and how he saw it, but he basically saw some kind of sheet, paperwork or something that designates the people who didn't declare protective custody or who was on the PCR already versus those who are going to the main line, which is general population, right? And he come inside, he's like, man, y'all won't believe this, man. He's like, yeah, man, Mack wasn't on the list. He was like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, man, you know, everybody, like, your name is Wutimuk, right? Your last name is Wutimuk? Yeah. Mack the only one who not in here on that list no more. Like, he ain't on the list. We're like, damn, for real? He like, yeah, man, I think he PC, bro. You feel me? And we're like, damn. And the way that Mack was acting and how he was, like I say, showing us the workout, you know what I mean? It seemed like he came from a real high yard, like a reputable yard, you feel me? And come to find out, man. Come to find out, and I'm just going by what I'm going to show y'all, man. Dude was a whole sex offender out here, man. And the yard he on ain't good right now to this day. And it's funny how I just kind of randomly thought about it because I was just, you know, I randomly think about people I did time with all the time. You know what I mean? Because going through prison it's not like the movies, like how they make it seem per se, but it is kind of traumatizing because you go through all kind of weird shit, getting strip searched. Like when I hit a 2-yard, you feel me? I was working in the kitchen. So, you know, they searching your asshole every day. It's just weird shit that you never really get over, right? But yeah, man. So I'm gonna show y'all what Mack really did and what he's really down for, right? And I'm not doing this to out him. I'm not even gonna pull up his what yard he on, but just know he is on a PCR full of chomos, you know, people who take advantage of kids, which was very surprising to me. But I'm just gonna show y'all this just because I want y'all to know, be careful who you associate with. If you have to go down and go sit it down and do some time, man. If you ain't checked his paperwork, you don't know he's down for, then you don't know he's down for. You feel me? So don't take his word for it. But check this out though. All right, y'all. So this basically is his appeal, right? Now, anytime somebody files an appeal, it's public records, right? And I'm just going to kind of zoom through this, right? So procedural history, factual and procedural history. Mack, Mackenzie and CM were married in 99, had 4 children together, right? Okay. During the marriage, Mack was abusive. All right. Well, look, I'm not going to put too much stock into that. Women say they're abusive if you just call them stupid for saying something stupid. But, for purpose of this story, okay, he was abusive towards her, right? In July 17, despite order of protection, because his wife filed a order of protection, and they've been married before this. Matter of fact, since like '99. I skipped a little bit. I ain't gonna really go through it, but they was married for like 18 years, right? So boom, she filed a protection order against him. So in July of 17, despite the order of protection, Mackenzie asked to visit the children at his baby mama's home, ex-wife's home. She told him She told him not to come over, excuse me, but he did anyway. When CM returned from the trip to the grocery store, she found Mack in the kitchen. Okay, that's burglary, right? The children were at home. CM told Mack to leave, but he refused. The two began arguing. Mack grabbed her backpack, walked out the front door. The wife followed him, and they continued arguing in the front yard. Mack threw a backpack at him. He called him a fucking bitch, pulled a gun, racked it, pointed it at his wife. 8-year-old kid tried to intervene, but Mack stiff-armed her away from him. 10-year-old kid tried to intervene. 16-year-old AM, blah, 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 right? So basically the kids saw Mack point the gun at the mom. One of the kids put herself in between the gun and the mom. She asked her father to leave, and he finally did. Now, that I can believe. Mack busted in there. Maybe she was cheating on him. He wanted, he was mad about that. Okay, cool. All right, I got it. So at worst comes to worst, this right here, y'all, is aggravated assault and burglary, right? I'm not condoning this, but okay, all right. But here's the problem. A month later, in August 2017, CM, which is Mack's ex-wife, came home and found Mack in her bedroom with a gun. He told her he was going to kill her and demanded that she retract her July 17 report to police. Mack told her that if she called the police, that he would kill himself and her because it was a great day to die. Yeah, that's some wild shit to say, right? So then Mack demanded that she have sex with him. Although she refused and repeatedly told him to stop, Mackenzie sexually assaulted her, okay? After pushing her down and pulling off her shorts, when CM screamed, Mack threatened to hit her after the assault. Mack left through the bedroom sliding glass door. She took a picture of Mack when he fled the home. CM called a friend, told her that Mack assaulted her at gunpoint. The friend called the police. Whoop, right? Now, this is what makes me think that this is probably true. They submitted their exam and found his DNA was found on her genital swabs, right? Now, we all know how women operate, right? Maybe she was letting him hit consensually. I have a hard time. The way that he was talking about her makes me think that they wasn't on good terms, and I don't think she would let him hit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but I kind of take what she says to be true, and this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? So 2 days after the assault, Gilbert police officers went to Mack's mother's home, served a search warrant. He in the backyard with a gun to his head. After a long hour standoff, they took him into custody, right? And that's what really makes me believe, because if you didn't do it, why would you be back there with a gun in your head? Because you did some foul shit and you going down behind it. So they charged him with aggravated assault, which is what they told us that he was down for and all this stuff, right? But this is what he didn't tell him. That right here, that essay, yeah, man. That count 8, yeah, man, that's no good, man. So they found him guilty of all this stuff, man, and basically gave him 17 years behind this shit, man. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm not going to say what yard he's on, but he's definitely on a PC yard out here, cook unit, housed with a bunch of chomos and rapos and people who like to touch on little kids and everything like that. After I thought that he was, a solid person, somewhat of a solid dude, right? But kind of find out he did some heinous stuff, man, and that's really why he got all that time, man. So with that being said, I won't even elaborate on this further. There's some more I want to say about this, but yeah, I did look him up. He has no tickets, which as a white boy, when you down for that much time and you don't have that no tickets and you on a high yard, that's very suspicious because white boys they politic very very heavy, especially if you was convicted of something like that SA word. You gonna have some kind of ticket. You gonna have a fighting with inmate, assault on inmate, assault on somebody. You gonna have something. You gonna have some kind of ticket. And he had not one ticket, and he's been down for like 6 years now. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all be careful who you associate yourself with because, say if you kicking it, and I'll leave it at this, right? Say if you meet somebody, you kicking it with him on the yard, you didn't check his paperwork, and he down for some heinous stuff like this, and you just happen to, go to another yard with him or something that happens, right? Come to find out he no good. Well, now you no good because that was your partner and you didn't check his paperwork and you didn't know he was down for. You didn't slide on him or nothing like that. So it could all come back to you. You know what I mean? So just be careful who you associate yourself with when you're in the joint, fellas. That's the lesson for today. I hope all y'all are staying safe, and I hope y'all are not committing crimes that's going to land you to do some time in the penitentiary because it's nowhere you want to be. All right, man. Y'all be smooth and be solid. I'll catch y'all on the next one.